Welcome to my screencast. I decided to play some pictures of what I think would fit into my dream school as I'm talking, and I will reference my walk the path. As I enter my dream school, the front of the building and the parking lot are easily accessible and they're welcoming. It's not just a bunch of concrete, grayness. Um, when you walk in as a parent or a visitor or a student, you know why you're there. You know that you're there to learn, and you know that you're surrounded by people who are learning, no matter how old they are. You know that you'll be surrounded with art, and you know that people who are in this building are happy people. So as I come into the entryway, the vision that I have, and that everybody will know that the building is all about an equal opportunity and access for all students, that everybody is learning or already has a growth mindset. This includes students, parents, and teachers. People are overwhelmed by the amount of artwork. I'm going to say that a few times because I believe really truly that place-based learning is important and that people learn best in all kinds of ways. And as we teach in and through arts or culture of an area, that's when we'll truly reach our learners. And that's how we can keep everybody energized about learning. I've included pictures that don't just come from inside a school building as we're watching the screencast. I included pictures that make up this island. I'm in Kodiak, and so I think it is really important that teachers learn about where they are living and embrace the culture in the area that makes up everything around the school, not just inside the school. And then I think that'll be a healthier way for everybody to learn and grow together as learners. To reference a couple of things I've been reading lately, I want to start with student-centered coaching. Diane Sweeney. My dream school is going to have a highly developed coaching system in place where there are instructional support people who are coaching teachers regularly. Coaching cycles are set up and they're transparent. Part of the coaching team includes the principal, and that principal is seen as a mentor, not an evaluator. So there's always reflection happening, and the reflection happens on the students, not necessarily what the teacher is doing, but how are the students learning and how do they know that they're learning? And then what is the teacher doing to meet the learners in the classroom? Another piece of reading that I've come across lately is Best Practices, NEA's research. It's just a brief, but it talks about workplace conditions, things like appropriate and fair teaching assignments. So I would look at those as a principal and say that my dream school is definitely not going to have, and this is maybe in a dream world, but I've been that teacher that had 7 or 8 preps. I don't want to spread teachers out thin like that, and especially not brand new teachers. I'm going to look at teaching load, and I'm going to look at extra support for the new teachers, and I'm going to look at having collaborative times for all teachers, not just grade bands or content area, but everything. I'm also going to try to build a building where people don't just teach math or English or social studies in isolation, but that it truly is an integrated way to teach. Maybe we teach science all day long, but within science we're teaching writing and reading, and we're looking at math, and we're looking at social studies and everything else that we can talk about while we're actually teaching science. And that can apply to any content area. I do want to reference Lindsay Martinez and Lindsay, Culturally Proficient Coaching. I think everything I've been talking about in my dream school, as I think more and more what that should look like, is when we are setting up those coaching cycles, we are also looking at being culturally proficient coaches. So in and around pages 100 and on, really teaching about tolerance and respect. Thinking about those coaching conversations and considering the community that we are serving. I think that is highly important when we're talking about becoming better teachers. I also wanted to reference Culturally Proficient Leadership, Terrell and Lindsay. And on page 22, something that I underline and I've come back to is What do we need to learn to be effective? What might instructional approaches that work be in this setting? In what ways can I organize the agenda to focus on those solution centered? So basically my building, my dream building, is going to be one of reflection. It's student centered and it has a growth mindset. Thank you.